My child, my daughter, it is I, God, the creator of all beings, who speaks to you now. With all the love you may have long waited to feel in your heart, it was not by chance that you came to these words. I am here to give you answers, hope, and a peace that goes beyond what the world can understand. In me, there is something deep and valuable that I want to give you now. Throughout this message, I want to guide you in every word, for I'm bringing revelations that can transform your life, opening doors to true happiness, and to the renewal your spirit so seeks. Know that I know the questions your heart has asked, even those you might not have known you had. I see every dream, every hope, and every desire you have kept deep inside, like a secret between us. Child, I see what is inside you, the dreams that have been postponed, the battles you have faced alone, the longings you thought might be left behind. Today, I am here to tell you, you will be the happiest person when you open this message and let my love enter every corner of your heart. Do not pass by this message as just any other. This is for you. I know your journey, every step, every moment when you felt powerless. I saw your tears fall silently, those times when you thought no one was watching. I was there, in the moments when the weight was too much, when the answers seemed so distant and hope almost lost. I was by your side, holding you up. I know how often discouragement tried to take over, making you feel that the doors were closed forever. But I tell you today, I am opening a new door, a door of peace, of joy, and of abundance for your life. Child, the happiness I have for you does not depend on the circumstances around you, what you possess, or what people think of you. My happiness is like a river that never runs dry, a deep well from which you can drink and find satisfaction for your soul, even amidst the greatest challenges. When you decide to open your heart to this message, when you allow me to enter every area of your life, I begin to transform, to cleanse, to renew what needs to be restored. I am here to help you walk lighter, to take away the weight you carry, to give strength and illuminate your path. All the worries, all the fears, the sadness you bring, I want you to give them to me. It was not I who placed those doubts in your heart or those fears that often seem to paralyze you. They arose to draw you away from the peace and happiness I prepared for you, from the true joy that only I can offer. And I say, give it all to me, and I will give you rest. When Jesus said, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest," Gospel of Matthew chapter 11 verse 28, he was speaking directly to you. He was calling you to find in me the joy that is unshakable. Trust me, my child, my daughter. Walk to the end of this message with me and see how I am about to reveal something wonderful that I have prepared for you. If you believe in my words, declare your faith by leaving this comment. I trust you, my Father. Strengthen me to face these challenges of the world. 11:11. I am with you and will show you a new path. Now, child, choose to trust me. Choose to open the door of your heart and let my peace fill every empty space. Every corner of your being was created to feel complete in me, and today I offer you that peace. Walk by my side. Let me be your guide to lead your steps safely. I have a perfect plan, a plan of peace, a plan of prosperity, a plan of happiness for your life. And it all begins with the step of opening your heart. The happiness you so seek, the fulfillment you desire in your work, in your finances, in your family, is within reach. But I need you to trust me. Daughter, son, what I have prepared for you is more than what your eyes can see now. If you seek me with all your heart, if you open the door of your soul, you will see that I am ready to fill you with a joy that the world can never take away. Child, daughter, I see you now and I know the weight you carry. I know how much you have sought something to fill that void that seems to grow with time. But today, at this moment, I say, you will be the happiest person when you open this message and allow it to take your heart. This is not just any message. It is for you, and through it, I want to guide you on a journey of peace, strength, and transformation. When I look at you, I see not only your victories, but also every struggle. I see your dreams, your battles, your prayers, even the most silent ones. I know each of your tears, every moment you felt alone, every occasion you looked around and thought no one was with you. I want to remind you that I was always there. I was present in the nights when anxiety tried to take over, in the days when discouragement whispered in your ear that nothing would work out. On the days you cried, I was by your side, embracing your pain and waiting for the moment your heart would open to this message, which is the key to a full life. Child, it is not by chance that you are here. I myself have brought you to this moment, so that your soul may find the peace and joy it so seeks. Today, I want to open the eyes of your spirit to a deep truth. You were created to be happy, to live with a light heart, with a peace that goes beyond any situation. The joy I have for you is like a river that never runs dry, a peace that is unshakable, and a happiness that does not unravel with the winds and storms of life. When Jesus said, "I am the way, the truth, and the life," Gospel of John chapter 14 verse 6, he was speaking of a happiness that does not depend on the fleeting things of this world, but of a joy that is born of my love. This love is the source of all you seek, and it is here, available for you now. By opening this message and allowing it to enter, you're opening your heart to a deep transformation. Those dreams that seemed distant, the hopes you felt you had lost, all of them find new meaning when you walk by my side. And you may ask, how will this happiness happen? How will I truly feel this peace in my life? I tell you, it begins with an act of trust. Simply open your heart and allow me to enter. Allow me to be the strength where you feel weak, to be the peace where there is agitation, to be the love where there is pain. Daughter, son, what I have for you is a life in abundance, a joy that never wears out. That is why today, at this instant, I call you. Do not pass by this message as just any word. Let it be a seed planted in the fertile soil of your heart, and see how that seed will become a lush tree, full of fruit. Every challenge you have faced up to here, every moment of sadness, every doubt and every uncertainty I have used to mold your heart, to bring you here. When you decided to seek me, you made room for me to work in your life, and I want you to know that no pain was in vain. I saw every battle, and I am here now to take the reins, to relieve you of the burden and give you rest. As Jesus promised, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." Gospel of Matthew chapter 11 verse 28. That rest is what I want for you. It is a rest for your soul, a peace that goes beyond circumstances, and a love that heals all. Now, choose to give me every weight you have carried, the worries about the future, the pains of the past, the fears and uncertainties of the present. Bring it all to me. Nothing you have gone through is too great that I cannot restore. I know your heart, and know how it has waited for an answer, a way out, a change. I know that the wait sometimes seems long, but I want you to know that in everything I am working for your good. Yes, all things work together for the good of those who love me. Letter to the Romans, chapter 8, verse 28. Child, I know that the world has offered so many empty promises of happiness, things, achievements, but I want to tell you that none of those promises can give you the true peace you seek. I came to give you life, and life in abundance. Gospel of John chapter 10, verse 10. This abundance is not about accumulating, but about living with purpose, experiencing the love and peace that only I can give. My joy is unshakable, eternal, and it is available to you now. Today I tell you, do not let the worries of this world take away your peace. The fleeting things that surround you may seem intense, but they do not have the power to steal the happiness I place within you. That happiness, that peace, that confidence I have for you are born from my love. What I have prepared is an inexhaustible source of joy that flows even in deserts, that brings light even in the darkest nights. Walk with me, and you will see that fear will lose its power, that anxieties will dissipate, and that a new meaning will fill every part of your life. And if today your heart is full of doubts, I tell you, give them to me. It was not doubts, it was not fears, nor past failures that brought you here, but my grace. I have been with you in all moments. I saw your struggles and your victories. When you felt weak, I was there strengthening you. When everything seemed lost, I was by your side sustaining you. And today I am here, ready to renew your strength, to fill your soul with a happiness that the world can never steal. Child, daughter, I love you with an everlasting love, and I have called you to live in peace, to walk with joy, to trust that everything that happens in your life has a purpose. And at this moment, as you read or listen to these words, I invite you to open your heart, to let my presence fill all the empty spaces. My love is like a flame that illuminates the deepest parts of your being, that warms and brings new life. When you open your heart to me, everything changes. The doors that seemed closed, the opportunities that seemed distant, all of them find new meaning. For I am the light, and where I am there is no darkness. Now, I want you to remember, you were created to be happy, to live a life of fullness, to find in me the peace that the world cannot give. My happiness is within your reach, and it begins with the simple act of opening this message and allowing it to touch your soul. I created you for this, to live a life full of purpose, to be a blessing in the lives of others, to walk in communion with me. This is my plan, and it is good. My will for you is perfect and pleasing, and as you walk by my side, you will see that the happiness I prepared is like a treasure that grows every day. Today I want you to know that you are not alone. Every step you took, every battle you faced, I was with you. Do not let fear paralyze you, for I am the one who sustains you. The promises I made to you are unchanging, and I am here to fulfill them. I am the one who never fails. What I promise, I fulfill. And today I promise you a life of peace, a life of joy, a life where my love will be the center of everything. This is the happiness I offer you. Trust me. Give me every part of your being, every corner of your heart, and see how I will transform every area of your life. The happiness I have for you is complete. It is a peace that the world cannot take away. It is a love that does not waver. I am the one who knows your heart, who calls you by name, and who promises to be with you until the end of time. So, child, daughter, choose now to open your heart and allow this message to touch your soul. I am ready to show you the way to true happiness, the one that never fades. Walk with me and see how your life will be renewed in love, peace, and joy. My children, listen, for our presence is here, walking beside you, touching each heart, and guiding every step you take. You who are here now are called to something great, something deep. That is why, from the beginning, every day you have lived has been part of the plan. Every detail has been shaped by our hands, even the pains, the doubts, the moments of uncertainty. Nothing has gone unnoticed by us. And now we call you to a full life, to a happiness that never ends. I know that many times you carry the weight of life in silence. I know that many times you ask, why so many struggles? Why these difficult paths? But I remind you that every tribulation strengthens, and every challenge brings an opportunity for growth and a chance for you to see our presence acting. As it is written, in the world you will have tribulation, but be of good cheer. I have overcome the world. Gospel of John chapter 16 verse 33. And so, we remind you that every struggle has a purpose, and that with us, every difficulty is transformed into victory. Today, we call each of you to open yourselves to our message. The true happiness, the one that surpasses all understanding, is already prepared. The love we have for you is infinite, and that peace, that serenity we have prepared is waiting for you. We want you to know that nothing you face is in vain. Every tear, every prayer, every step taken in the darkness, all of it is seen by us, and we are here always, ready to carry your burdens and relieve your souls. Remember the words, cast all your anxiety on him because he cares for you. First letter of Peter chapter 5 verse 7. Our hands are extended to take everything that weighs on your hearts. At this moment, you are called to a life of peace. That peace which is not affected by what happens around you, but which is rooted in our love. You were made to be happy, to walk in safety, to feel the joy that only communion with us can give. And there is nothing, absolutely nothing, that can prevent that happiness when you trust in us. If you open your heart, if you allow this message to transform every part of your being, you will see that what we have for you goes beyond what you can imagine. As we promised in our word, he who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion until the day of Christ Jesus. Philippians chapter 1 verse 6. And it is not an empty promise, children. We know the doubts that arise, the moments when fear tries to weaken trust. But we want you to know that we are present even in the moments of silence, even when it seems that everything is lost. We are by your side in every difficulty, sustaining you, guiding you, bringing light when everything seems dark. And when you open your heart to this truth, you will find the peace you so seek, a peace that only we can give. We want to remind you that the love we have for you is eternal, that we are the ones who strengthen, who restore your strength, who bring comfort in every affliction. As the word says, God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Psalms chapter 46 verse 1. You do not walk alone. Every step you take, every decision you make is accompanied by our gaze, by our care. We are the light that guides, the peace that fills, the love that restores and strengthens. Now, we are calling each of you to trust, to rest in our presence, to give up everything that weighs you down and open your heart to a new life. You are loved, You are precious, and you were created for a joy that the world cannot take away. The happiness we offer is not fleeting. It is like a source of living water, always present, always renewing. You do not need to carry the burden alone. We are ready to be the strength you need, the shelter in times of storm, the answer to the doubts that surround you. Our promise is of peace, of joy, of fullness. If you trust, if you walk by our side, you will see that fear will dissipate, that peace will replace anxiety, and that an indescribable joy will fill your being. Remember the words of Jesus, "I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will not walk in darkness but will have the light of life." Gospel of John chapter 8 verse 12. If you follow this light, you will discover that the path is safe, that happiness is within your reach, and that there is no reason to fear. The time of carrying weights alone is over. You were made to walk with us, to share in our peace, to live in the certainty that we are with you. Today, make the choice to open your heart, to give up everything that weighs you down, to trust fully. The blessings we have for you are many, they are great, and they are waiting for a heart willing to receive. We call you to live in the abundance we have promised, a life where love is the center, where peace guides every step, and where joy never ends. Children, walk with this confidence, live this peace, and feel our love filling every part of you. May your joy be complete, may your faith be renewed, and may your happiness find in us its solid foundation. As we promised, and the God of hope will fill you with all joy and peace in believing, so that you may abound in hope by the power of the Holy Spirit. Letter to the Romans chapter 15 verse 13. You were called to live this truth, to experience this happiness. Open your heart, and let this message take every thought, every longing, every part of your being, because with our presence, peace is certain, love is full, and happiness is eternal. Children, feel our love and listen to our words now, for we are here, very close in every breath and every thought that cries out for answers, for meaning, for lasting happiness. We are with you, and our hands are extended, ready to hold yours and guide you on a path of peace and fullness. We know the challenges you face, the questions that echo in the heart, those times when you felt that joy was drifting away and hope seemed so distant. But children, remember, we are in control of every detail of your lives, and every step you take is observed and supported. There is not a single moment when you are alone. As it is written, "Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me." Psalms chapter 23 verse 4. This truth remains constant in all moments, and we are the presence that comforts and strengthens in every challenge. Today we want you to understand the greatness of the love we have for you. Our love is eternal, never changes, never diminishes, and never abandons. It remains faithful and unshakable, even on the days when you feel that darkness is around you, even when doubt tries to settle in your minds. No matter where you are, what you have done, or how arduous the journey has seemed, our love is with you and will sustain you. As we promised, with an everlasting love I have loved you, therefore, with kindness I have drawn you. Jeremiah chapter 31 verse 3. You are loved in a way that goes beyond understanding, and we are always ready to bring you back to the peace we have reserved for you. I know there are moments when the weight of the struggles seems unbearable, when hope runs out and strength seems to disappear. However, we are here to remind you that in us you will find rest. You were not created to carry those burdens alone. Our strength is available to sustain you in every battle, so you can walk lightly. We want you to cast all your cares on us, for we are by your side, caring for every detail. As the word says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." Gospel of Matthew chapter 11 verse 28. Take this relief. Let our peace take the place of any worry. When you open your heart to our message, you allow our peace to penetrate deeply, filling the voids and bringing joy to your souls. We want you to know that there is a purpose for every moment you face. You are strengthened by our love and guided by the path that leads to fullness. And even in the dark days, remember that you are safe in our arms. As we say in our word, "For I know the thoughts that I think toward you, says the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end." Jeremiah chapter 29 verse 11. Everything we plan for you is good, and our will is true happiness. The journey you have traveled has brought you to this moment, where we are ready to transform everything. Your lives are precious. Every dream you have is precious, and we want you to know that we take care of each one of them. We know the longings of the heart and the promises you have kept as seeds. Now is the time to trust, to open your eyes to see that we are doing something new. You do not need to fear what is to come, for we are the one who goes ahead, preparing the way. As we said, "Behold, I make all things new." Revelation chapter 21, verse 5. Allow the new to enter your lives without resistance, without fear. You are called to a life where peace is constant, where love is true, and where happiness does not depend on circumstances. This happiness we offer you is a firm rock that sustains in the midst of the strongest waves, a shelter that protects in times of storm. You are not made to live in anxiety or worry. Do not let fears extinguish the light of faith. Keep your hearts open, and let our joy flood you completely. As promised, let not your heart be troubled. You believe in God, believe also in me. Gospel of John chapter 14, verse 1. This is the peace we desire for you, a peace that rests in the promises of life and joy we have already reserved. We want you to know that you are being shaped day by day for something great. Every struggle, every victory, every lesson is part of a greater plan, a plan that leads you to the purpose for which you were created. You are strengthened, renewed, restored. You are being guided to a life of fullness where true happiness is born from communion with us. Just as gold is refined in the fire, your souls are being prepared for a joy that will never be taken from you. Believe in the power that is in our promise and remember, be strong and courageous, do not be afraid nor be dismayed, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. Deuteronomy chapter 31, verse 6. We are here, firm and constant with you, in every step of this journey. Therefore, children, be ready for the new, for what you have not yet seen, for the happiness that seems distant, but is already within your reach. Walk with faith, confident, knowing that the love we have for you is greater than any fear, greater than any uncertainty. Our presence is constant, our love is unshakable, and the happiness we offer is eternal. And may every day, every prayer, every act of faith bring you closer to us, so that you live a full life where peace and happiness accompany you wherever you go. Children, know that our eyes are on each of you, that we know the depths of your hearts, what you keep in the most intimate parts of your souls. There is no concern that goes unnoticed, no hope forgotten by us. Every detail of your lives is in our hands, and we wish to remind you that the journey of faith you are on is a path of light and purpose, where we guide every step and prepare every victory. Remember the promise we made. The Lord is the one who goes before you. He will be with you. He will not leave you nor forsake you. Deuteronomy chapter 31, verse 8. Be assured, for our presence is constant. We never abandon you. We see your struggles. We know the challenges and battles you face daily. We also see every small victory, every moment you choose to trust in us, even when everything seems uncertain. You are warriors of faith, and we are beside each one, sustaining you in the hours of weariness, renewing your strength so you can continue to advance. As promised, those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. Isaiah chapter 40, verse 31. Stay firm, for we are always present to give the encouragement needed at every step. Children, remember that you are precious to us, that our love for you is eternal and does not depend on anything other than the fact that you are ours. You were chosen, called by name, and we are here in every moment ready to make all things new in your lives. The transformation you desire begins when you open your heart to our presence, when you let our peace fill every space, that our joy be the force that drives. We are here to tell you that every path we guide you through leads to a greater good, even when you do not fully understand. As it is written, all things work together for good to those who love God, to those who are called according to his purpose. Romans chapter 8, verse 28. Do not fear, dear children. Do not let the uncertainties of the world extinguish the light of faith in your hearts. When your thoughts lead you to fear, when your worries seem to grow, remember that we are your refuge, your shelter in the storm. In us, you find security, you find peace, you find the strength that never fails. Extend your hands to us, give up all burdens and trust. As it is in the Word, God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Psalms chapter 46, verse 1. There is no storm capable of separating us from you, and there is no darkness that can withstand the light we bring to the heart of each one. Children, we want you to understand that you are called to live a full life, to experience a peace that the world cannot offer, and a happiness that is eternal. We know that many times you seek meaning in fleeting things, in promises that seem attractive but cannot fill the soul. What we have for you is much greater. It is a joy that is born from our presence. It is a happiness that comes from the love that never fails, from the peace that surpasses all understanding. We are here to remind you that your happiness is not in circumstances, but in us, who are the source of all you need. For He Himself is our peace. Ephesians chapter 2 verse 14. And in us you find the fullness you seek. There is a transformation waiting for each of you, a new beginning, a new hope that rises when you decide to trust fully. The happiness we offer is not momentary, but rooted in an eternal and deep love. We want you to know that we are working on every detail of your lives, shaping every part of you, making you stronger, more complete, happier, as it is written, "But may the God of all grace, who called us to His eternal glory by Christ Jesus, after you have suffered a while, perfect, establish, strengthen, and settle you." First letter of Peter chapter 5 verse 10. This promise is for you, and we wish to fulfill every word in your lives. The trust you place in us allows us to perform miracles, allows transformation to occur deeply, from the inside out. Every prayer you make, every time you choose to believe, you draw closer to us and to all we have to give. Do not worry about what the future holds. We are in every moment to come, guiding, preparing, blessing. You were called to live in peace, to live in joy, to walk in the light of our presence. We are working in your lives even when you do not perceive it, even when everything seems still. For the eyes of the Lord are on the righteous, and His ears are open to their prayers. First letter of Peter chapter 3 verse 12. Nothing you do goes unnoticed, and we are with you in every decision. Now, children, let this truth fill your hearts. You are loved, protected, strengthened. You do not need to carry anything alone, for we uphold you in every moment. Give us everything, the pains, the dreams, the concerns, and let our peace envelop you. Allow our love to be the force that moves, the force that leads, the force that sustains. We are ready to make all things new, to bring a joy that never fades and a peace that remains in any circumstance. Beloved children, hear our words and feel the love we have for you. Every moment in your lives is known and kept by us. We are present in every step, in every moment of victory, and in every tear. Nothing that happens goes unnoticed by our eyes. We walk by your side, even when the paths seem difficult, even when everything around you is uncertain. You can rest in our promise, for we are the rock that never wavers, the security that never fails. As it is written, "The Lord is my rock, my fortress, and my deliverer." Psalms chapter 18 verse 2. Do not be shaken, for we are firm and unshakable by your side. We want you to understand that your hearts were created to experience deep peace and joy, to live a happiness that goes beyond circumstances and what the world can offer. That peace we promise is a peace that takes the place of all worry, that envelops the soul and brings rest. We know that many times fear tries to settle in, that challenges seem great, but we want you to trust, to give every situation to us. As we said, do not be anxious about anything, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. Philippians chapter 4 verse 6. Place before us everything that worries you, everything that weighs you down, and allow our peace, which surpasses all understanding, to guard your hearts and minds. Children, know that the love we have for you is an unbreakable force, a security that covers all areas of your lives. You were created to be happy, to live with a heart full of hope, and our desire is for you to experience lasting joy. We know the plans we have for each of you, and they are plans of good, of prosperity, of abundant life. No promise we have made will go unfulfilled. As we affirm, "For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." Jeremiah chapter 29 verse 11. Every promise is true, and we want you to walk in the certainty that everything we have prepared for you is good. When you feel overwhelmed, when the winds of life seem strong, remember that we are by your side. There is no burden too heavy that we cannot carry with you. Our hands are always extended, ready to relieve your burdens, to renew your strength, and to walk with you in every step you take. You do not need to face the struggles alone, for we are the strength that sustains you and the hope that never fades. As we said, casting all your care upon Him, for He cares for you. First letter of Peter chapter 5 verse 7. Give us what weighs you down, and see how we will relieve every burden, how we will renew your strength, and bring peace where there is restlessness. Dear children, know that every time you trust in us, every time you give us your concerns, we act. The faith you place in us opens doors, brings healing, restores what was broken, and brings into existence what once seemed impossible. We want to act in your lives, to transform every area that needs our touch, to heal every wound, and to restore everything that was lost. There are no limits to what we can do, and our promises are forever. As promised, call to me, and I will answer you, and show you great and mighty things which you do not know. Jeremiah chapter 33 verse 3. Call on us with a heart full of faith, and see how we will respond with miracles, with love, and with a peace that nothing can take away. We understand the struggles you face, the questions that often go unanswered, the moments when hope seems small, but we want you to understand that we are working on every detail of your lives, that nothing escapes our control. Even when the results do not seem visible, know that our hand is in action, opening paths, bringing solutions, and leading you to a life of fullness. We know the deepest longings of your hearts and want you to have everything we have planned for you. As we said, now to him who is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that we ask or think, according to the power that works in us. Ephesians chapter 3 verse 20. We are ready to act beyond your expectations, to give much more than you can imagine. Children, trust in our love. Do not let doubts steal the peace we desire for you. When moments of uncertainty come, when challenges seem greater, remember that we are your refuge, that we are always ready to guide, protect, and renew your strength. You are precious, and our presence is constant in your lives, in every small detail, in every breath. There is nothing that can separate us from you, nothing that can take away the love we have for each of you, as we promised. For I am convinced that neither death nor life, neither angels nor demons, neither the present nor the future, nor any powers, neither height nor depth nor anything else in all creation, will be able to separate us from the love of God. Romans chapter 8 verses 38 and 39. This love is eternal, unconditional, and will always be the foundation for your lives. Dear ones, continue in peace, knowing that we are by your side, that we are the answer to every prayer, that our joy is to see you full, walking in hope, and living a life of purpose. What we have for you is grand. It is much more than what the world can offer. You are our beloved children, and there are no limits to what we will do for you. Open your hearts to our presence. Let our peace fill your souls. Let our joy take over your lives. Allow our light to guide every step. Let our strength be the foundation of every decision, and let our hope renew your path every day. Dear children, pay attention to what we are saying now, for our voice echoes in your hearts to bring comfort, strength, and hope. Each of you is deeply loved and known. We know exactly where you are, and nothing you face escapes our perception. We are your safe harbor in the midst of every storm, the peace in the midst of any tribulation. You can rest in us and find security in our love that sustains everything, for our presence is constant, and our faithfulness never fails. As we said, the Lord will watch over your coming and going both now and forevermore. Psalms chapter 121 verse 8. Trust, for we walk beside each of you, always present and vigilant. We are reminding you now that you were called to live in peace, to experience a joy that springs from our love and is sustained by trust. We want you to cast on us every weight you bring, to give us every fear, every doubt, for everything that is out of control in your lives is under our care. Our love for you knows no limits, and our hand reaches out to you wherever you are. Remember the promise we made. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Isaiah chapter 41 verse 10. Children, nothing can shake those who choose to rest in our strength. The journey may seem long, and we understand the weariness it brings. You are human. You face the difficulties of this world, but we are the source of renewal for your strength. We are the living water that quenches all thirst. When the days seem difficult, we want you to remember that you are never alone. We are the rest you so need, the strength that revitalizes you, the peace that calms your minds. Seek this renewal in us, for as it was said, but those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. Isaiah chapter 40 verse 31. This is the promise we want you to keep. the certainty that we are the support in all moments. We want you to know that no matter how great the challenges, our peace can dwell within you. You were made to live in the certainty that everything works for a greater good, even when vision is limited and answers seem distant. Children, when everything seems cloudy, remember that faith is a bridge between you and our truth. As we said, now faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. Hebrews chapter 11 verse 1. Take every step in that trust, sure that our hand guides you and our heart welcomes you. When fear knocks at the door, when thoughts make you doubt, remember that we are the one who walks beside you, the comfort for every anguish, and the security in every decision. There is no darkness that our light cannot dispel, nor fear that our love cannot dispel. You are strong in our presence. You are supported by our love and strengthened by our promise. Open your hearts and let our spirit fill you with peace and courage. For as we affirm, there is no fear in love, but perfect love casts out fear. First letter of John chapter 4 verse 18. Allow our love to fill every space and drive away all uncertainty. Children, know that you were chosen for a greater purpose. Your lives are not by chance. Each of you has a special calling, a mission that only you can fulfill. We are beside you to guide you to that purpose, to show you the way that will lead you to full realization, to the fulfillment of the plans we have. That calling requires surrender and faith, but we want you to trust in us, for we are the strength that enables you. As we said, for I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Jeremiah chapter 29 verse 11. Hold firmly to these words, and know that your destinies are in good hands. Those dreams you have kept in your hearts, those desires that seem dormant, we want you to know that nothing is lost. Every dream, every hope we have planted in you is part of our will, and we are here to help you realize them. Trust in our timing, in our way of acting, and know that we are preparing every detail. There is a right time for everything, and we want you to rest, knowing that our will is perfect. As we said, He has made everything beautiful in its time. He has also set eternity in the human heart. Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 11. Every step you take is aligned with that time, and we are guiding you to the fulfillment of every promise. We want you to open your hearts and allow yourselves to experience lasting peace. Leave behind everything that binds you to the past, all the doubts that prevent you from moving forward. We are here to free you from all weight, to bring renewal in every area of your lives. We are the freedom you need, the strength that frees you from any chain. As we said, so if the Son sets you free, you will be free indeed. Gospel of John chapter 8 verse 36. Accept that freedom and see how your lives will be filled with a new purpose, a new hope, a joy that never fades. Our will for you is to live a full life, full of purpose, where peace reigns in your hearts and where happiness is a reflection of the love we have for you. We know that the world brings many distractions, many empty promises, but we want you to remember that true happiness is in us, in living according to the plan we have drawn for each of you. As we affirm, I have come that they may have life and have it to the full. Gospel of John chapter 10 verse 10. That abundance is a peace that the world cannot give, a joy that no one can take away. Beloved children, receive these words as a reminder that we are with you at all times. We are the faithful guide, the constant presence that never fails, that never abandons. We know each of your thoughts, the questions you keep in secret, and all the times you sought answers to find peace amidst tribulations. Know that we are here, ready to relieve your hearts and strengthen your souls. As we promised in our word, I will be with you. I will never leave you nor forsake you. Joshua chapter 1 verse 5. We are walking beside you in all circumstances, and our presence is the guarantee that you are not alone. We want you to remember that you were created for a full life, a life full of joy, of purpose, and of peace. When we invite you to trust in us, it is so that you experience the happiness that comes from our love, a happiness that is not fleeting, that is not shaken by the circumstances around. The world around may be in constant change, but our promise is unchanging. Our love is eternal. Our will is for you to enjoy true peace, the one that guards your hearts from any uncertainty, as it is written, and the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and minds through Christ Jesus. Philippians chapter 4 verse 7. This peace is the gift we offer you now, a gift that remains firm even in difficult times. Children, We understand that many times you carry heavy burdens, that you try to deal alone with the struggles and daily pressures. But we want you to know that you do not need to bear anything alone. Our will is for you to find rest in us, to release everything that weighs you down, and to trust that we are taking care of every detail. You do not need to fight alone. Our desire is to carry those burdens for you. As we said, cast all your anxiety on him because he cares for you. First letter of Peter chapter 5 verse 7. Give us everything and experience the relief and lightness that only we can offer. There is a purpose for each of you, a special calling we have placed in your hearts. You are not here by chance. Your lives have meaning and value, and we are here to lead you every step of the way. Even in moments when you do not understand what is happening, or when the path seems difficult, know that everything is within our perfect plan. As we said, we know that all things work together for good to those who love God, to those who are called according to his purpose. Romans chapter 8 verse 28. Every phase, every challenge, every victory has a role in our work in your lives. Every moment you trust in us, every prayer you make, know that we are listening and responding. The paths do not always reveal themselves as you expect, but we are always present, preparing the best for each of you. You may wonder if your prayers are heard, if your desires matter, and we want to remind you that yes, every cry is precious to us. As it is written, before they call, I will answer. While they are still speaking, I will hear. Isaiah chapter 65 verse 24. Your prayers reach us and we are attentive to every word, to every need, to every dream you keep. We want you to allow yourselves to trust, to put doubts and worries aside, and to rest in our faithfulness. For it is we who sustain you. It is we who promise never to fail. We know that many times you feel pressured to have all the answers and to carry all the weights, but we invite you to walk lightly, with a heart at peace, knowing that we take care of every detail. When difficulties arise, remember that you are not alone. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Psalms chapter 23 verse 1. Trust in this promise, for we have the power and love to provide everything you need. Children, you were created for a life of abundance, for a happiness that does not waver. The happiness we offer is not fleeting, it is not superficial. It is a happiness that comes from the certainty that you are grounded in our love, a joy that flourishes amidst trust and surrender. When you decide to trust, when you open your hearts to our presence, you will realize that all needs, all anxieties dissolve. As Jesus said, I have come that they may have life and have it to the full. Gospel of John chapter 10 verse 10. This is the life we have prepared for you, a life full of peace, of security, of true joy. The love we have for you is unconditional, unchanging, eternal. This love is the source of all we offer. It is the foundation that sustains your lives. When times seem difficult, when you feel that your strength is running out, know that our love never runs out, never diminishes. We carry you in all moments, renewing your strength, strengthening you to continue. Always remember, but those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. Isaiah chapter 40 verse 31. This is the power of our love, the strength that sustains, the peace that never fails. So dear ones, surrender without reservation. Let our plans be fulfilled in your lives. Trust that we are taking care of every detail, and that our will is to lead you to lasting happiness. Children, may these words find a home in your hearts, for we are speaking directly to each of you, reminding you of our loving and constant presence. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. On the contrary, you are deeply loved and cared for by us, every second of your lives. In our presence, there is no room for fear, no room for loneliness. We are the one who remains, the one who guards, the one who renews your strength. When everything seems uncertain, remember that we are the same yesterday, today, and forever, as it is in our word. Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. Hebrews chapter 13 verse 8. This promise is for each of you, so you know that our faithfulness is eternal. We understand that the paths you walk may seem difficult, that the struggles and trials may seem heavy, but we want you to know that each of those moments is part of a greater purpose, something you do not yet see, but that we are preparing for the good of your lives. You are transformed in every challenge, strengthened in every trial. We are your guide, the beacon that shines even in the darkest nights. When you trust with all your heart, you will see that our peace envelops and sustains you. As we promised, even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. Psalms chapter 23, verse 4. There is no darkness that is not illuminated by our presence. We want you to know that we are always ready to hear every prayer, to respond to every cry. Your voices reach us, and nothing goes unnoticed. Every prayer you make is important, every request is heard, and we respond with love and wisdom at the right time in the perfect way. You can trust that we are acting, even when the answers are not visible, even when it seems that nothing is changing. As we promised, call to me and I will answer you and tell you great and unsearchable things you do not know. Jeremiah chapter 33, verse 3. We are attentive to every detail of your lives, taking care of everything you need. Children, know that our will is for you to live in peace, in security, and in joy. You were created to experience our goodness, to live a life of fullness. When you trust in us, when you give your ways to our will, you discover that worries dissolve, that fear loses its power, and that peace becomes a constant. We are taking care of every need, supplying every area of your lives. As we said, and my God will meet all your needs according to the riches of his glory in Christ Jesus. Philippians chapter 4, verse 19. Know that we are attentive and providing what you need at every step of your journey. You do not need to fear the future, for it is in our hands. We know tomorrow. We prepare every detail. We plan every step. Trust that our purpose is greater than any difficulty you may face. What is reserved for you is grand. It is a plan of peace and prosperity. As we said, for I know the thoughts that I think toward you, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end. Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 11. This is the future we have for you, and it is secure in our presence. Children, after listening to this message, feel embraced by my love and ensure that this word reaches more hearts. Subscribe to the channel so that others may also know the rest and peace I have to give. Leave a like and share with someone who needs to hear these words. Comment a Bible verse or phrase if you believe I'm acting in your families. And when you feel your strength is exhausted, remember that we are the source of all renewal. You do not need to carry anything alone, for we are here to be your fortress. Our hand never tires, our love never diminishes. Our strength is always sufficient to sustain and revitalize your souls. You can rest in us, knowing that everything is under our control, that nothing escapes our power. The Lord is my strength and my shield. My heart trusts in him, and he helps me. Psalms chapter 28, verse 7. Trust in our help, for we are always ready to carry you when you need it. Above, there are 2 more messages waiting for you, words that can bring peace and harmony in a powerful way. Keep listening, and let my love renew your hearts.